What is up, everybody? It is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews and Tutorials coming at you with a new one today. We have the VOLPAM E-Scooter. It is a pretty decent e-scooter for the price that you're going to be getting it at. We're going to be talking about all the things that you want to know, which includes price, hill performance, battery life, comfort, build, and top speed. We'll get all those questions answered today on DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. But just want to pay the bills real quick and say, if you haven't tuned in, just remember that's what I love to do. I love to do reviews. I love to do tutorials. I'm just here to help and try to find some tech and some fun things out there. We got all kinds of crazy things this summer, and that's what I love to do. So I love to do the research for you so you don't have to. Give it to you as easy as possible and leave some links in case you're interested in some of the products that we talk about. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Give a like, subscribe, or share if this is helpful in any way, and I can't wait to see you on my next one. But let's continue to go real quick. On the VOLPAM, what is in the box? This is what you're going to get really easy. You're going to get the charger right here. Pretty basic charger. Has a little green light on the bottom there to show you it'll be red when you're charging and it'll be green when it's charged. You'll actually get the item right here, which is pretty cool. It's pretty much all put together. I think it was, I didn't really have to put much together on this. Out of the box, came almost together. I think I did have to put maybe the handlebar piece on or something, but other than that, everything was good to go. Really easy. It does fold, as you can see here, and yeah, pretty simple little install there. So there is a couple things I want to talk about before we go ahead and show you some riding footage and things like that. But basically, this e-scooter is about $159, $160, a little bit more with taxes, but at that price, it does say it's an adult scooter, and we're going to talk about that, but pretty decent scooter for the price. We're going to talk about the app as well. We'll give a walk around the scooter, and then we'll also really quick give you the what the app looks like. And I haven't studied it. Luckily, I have somebody that is a professional in it, and he'll get you caught up on the app. So let's go ahead and go to the app.
Mistake.
I win by mistake. Here it is. So check out his channel. Shout out to him. He is a pretty good e-scooter rider, getting really better at e-bikes, but yeah, he's doing better. So let's go ahead and show him that this scooter only weighs 30 pounds, so it's light enough for an 11, 12-year-old to grab it, put it on the floor, and he'll show you how to put it together real quick.
Just gotta kind of push this front, and then it'll come back. Right, just pull it back up. Make sure this gets that, and then you just kind of push it like that, and then you hear the snap. It's back. Nice,
got it together easy. Now it is a little harder to unlatch. Can you unlatch it? Let's see if you can do it. You might need an adult to do this because it is. I even have trouble. Yeah, it looks like he's not going to be able to get it to unlatch. It is pretty tough, but you basically grab this right here, and you have to give it definitely a pull. 0.5-inch tires, very nice, a little dirty, but you got a nice little light back here, nice little LED which flashes. I think these tires are like a little bit rubber soft. I do like them because they were better than the Go Tracks that we had, and those tires were really tough. VOLPAM on there. You got your LCD screen right here if he wants to go ahead and fire it up for you. There it is right there. You got your little clip right here. That's what clips into here when you fold to keep it steady. Then you got brakes. Where's the brakes at? Brakes right here. You got your bell. Boom. And you got your twist throttle, which we won't push because the scooter will go if we do. But and nice little grips here too. They do have a nice feel to them. It connected right away, so he has connected, and you do have to connect it through Bluetooth. So we're going to show you here, but
right there.
Yep, this shows the battery percent,
and then it'll show you Bluetooth right here too. If it's connected.
Yeah, the little Bluetooth light is on right here, showing that you're connected. And right now he is in sport mode, so that unlocks the fastest speed. Is that correct?
Yes.
How many modes are there?
There's 3 modes with sport mode, and then if you want to change it manually like this, you can just double tap it and it'll change the modes.
So you got eco, What's the D? Just drive?
Drive and then sport.
Okay. So eco, drive, and sport got the 3 modes. Do you know the speed differences in any of them?
Yeah, this one, the eco mode, that'll go 8 miles per hour, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then drive would go 11, and then sport goes 19.
Nice, nice. There we go.
And then kickstart, you can put cruise control.
What's kickstart?
So you would have to get it to go like 2 miles per hour until it would start going with the throttle.
So you literally have to kick it to start the motor.
Yes.
And you can turn that on and off though.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so then you could just use throttle, right?
Yes, if you want to.
What is locating mode?
I'm pretty sure if I use it, yeah.
Oh, look, lights flash and it's actually kind of beeping. It's not super loud, but yeah, it would show you where it's at. It kind of finds it. We got cruise, but that would be if you can put it in cruise control though if you're actually riding it, right?
Yep. It's just, I think it's 4 taps.
4 taps. Yeah. Nice.
Yep, I think that's true. And then you have to hold it for like 10 seconds down. You see, 10 seconds. If you hold the throttle for like 10 seconds, it'll cruise.
It'll lock into cruise. All right, let me just see what else is on this app here. So those are everything on headlights, locating, kickstart, cruise, lock, saddle lock, helmet lock, basket. I don't know if it does anything with those. Does it do anything with lock or the other lock?
The lock, I'm pretty, yeah. Oh, you can't like turn it off, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So if you locks it, it's not doing anything. Nice. Can you unlock it then and it just goes back?
Press the button.
Nice.
It's back. I don't know what saddle locks does. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, that's fine. Of course, we'll do like all your trip functions, but we have had issues connecting to it and actually saving data. So, but it will tell you your mileage, duration, average speeds, and stuff like that. But like I said, we've had issues because if you look at his history, there's no history. But he doesn't connect it to his phone very often, so
you have to have it connected, and if you're a certain distance away, it'll just unconnect. So it's not super good connection if you're far away.
Gotcha. And then the last thing we want to show you is the settings.
So you just go to like 3 dots, or
where were the 3 dots?
Right here. You go to these. Those are just your vehicle stuff, and then go to the vehicle setup, and then you have DIY performance settings. You can change the speed modes down.
I just want to see this real quick. All right, so I know we got a lot of things here. Okay, so DIY performances. So you can change the speed, the torque settings, the driving max torque, electric brake settings. So that's cool, and you can also restore it to default. You can see that he has his settings maxed out here, and the brakes are about 6. So, but you can adjust it. I don't know how well it works or how accurate it is, but yeah, it is an option.
There is a little turbo button too.
Where's the turbo button?
Right here, but like it's for like 2 milliseconds. It just says no speed limit.
No, so it's maxing it to the max speed basically, which is supposed to be 19 miles per hour for this, and we can confirm that it is 19 miles per hour. Is that correct? We have got it up to 19, and it'll take you with his weight between 80 and 120 pounds. So. And
like there's a sport dashboard, so it's kind of cool looking. You can
where did you get that again?
It's right here. Sport dashboard.
Sport dashboard. Okay.
It's just cool looking, and then you can change like eco.
Yeah, oh, you can change your settings in that.
Drive or comfort, I guess what it says on here, and then sport. And then you can change it to miles per hour or kilometers.
Nice.
And then. Yeah, it's just kind of cool looking.
That's cool. And sorry, where did you find that again?
It's like
on the main screen.
Yep, it's right up. It's at like the
speed
top.
Dashboard. What's the other one?
I don't know. I think
vehicle position.
Navigate.
Oh, that's like actually going to track you. So.
Oh.
That's going to be your GPS. So, that's cool.
Yep. You can also honk.
And it gives you a little honk as well. All right. Very, very good. All right, guys. That's pretty much a quick look at the app setup, putting it together, really easy. Look at the scooter as well. It does have a kickstand. You see batteries on the bottom, and there's a little plug. So make sure you put that plug down because you don't want to get water in there. So let's go ahead and show you some ride footage. We'll show you some downhill, uphill battles, and we'll talk about that. And then we'll go into pros and cons and final thoughts here really soon. All right, let's do it. Let's go ahead and wrap this video up on the VOLPAM right here. One thing we didn't talk about real quick is it's really easy. There's a button on the top here. I don't know if you can see that, but all you gotta do is hold it. It turns on, and to turn it off, you just hold it again and it turns off. So really easy. Once again, there is a way to go ahead and plug it in. So make sure your scooter is off, and you want to go ahead and plug the charger into the plug right here on the bottom here, and then go ahead and plug it into the outlet. That's the safest way to go ahead and give it a charge. I always recommend riding the scooter, getting the battery down almost to empty, so around at 5-10%, and then going ahead and giving it its first charge, so you really cycle that battery. I do that for other items, but on scooters and e-bikes, I go ahead and drain the battery down to about 5-10%, not empty, but 5-10%. You want it, and then go ahead and then charge it. Then you're going to want to ride it again, get it down to about that 5-10% again, and cycle. So you want to cycle the battery a couple times just to make sure that battery is at full efficiency and you're getting some cycles on the battery. And that's just my opinion, and but I think it's worked the best for me to salvage batteries and all that type of thing. So just another little quick tip I wanted to put in there before I do pros and cons, which we're at right now. So pros for sure, price point $160. I think that is a great price point for it. It does get 4.2 stars on Amazon with about 700 reviews, so it does have some background out there. Now, on most of those reviews, really quick, some of the pros were definitely the build, the construction, the brakes, and the price point were probably the best. Some of the negatives on it, some people did have some issues with the electronics in this. Sometimes they say they just wouldn't connect to the app, or some of the components weren't working right with the electronics. Also, people had issues with the battery itself. So there's a few cons in there with the battery and the reviews on that, but not pros and cons for me. Those are just based off the reviews. So pros for me, and these will be all kind of some of the things that you guys want to know. Top speed, 19 miles an hour. I think that's plenty for a scooter. I don't need to go any faster than that as an adult on a scooter, but some people might think that's a little bit slow. The next thing is the range. It does say 15 to almost 30 miles on the app or on the listing, but there's no way, in my opinion, that you're going to get that if you're an adult. If you're a kid, if you're that teenager, if you're between 8 and 12, you might get that range just because you're a little smaller. But I believe it's more for 12 to 20 miles of range that you'll get with this. And so that could be a couple hours. My kid says he gets about 2 to 3 hours of playtime when he's rolling around the neighborhood and things like that. So that's what I would kind of say it's based on there. So top speed is 19 miles per hour, and then 12 to 20 miles maybe. And then we'll put that more in a time frame of 2 to 3 hours of riding around your neighborhood. We'll go to hill performance. You did see in the video that we did have, but that was a very steep grade. I would say that was at least 30 degrees. This says it can claim up to 15 degrees with no problem. I would say it's close for an adult to get you up that, but you might have to kick it a few times. For a kid, no problem. 80 to 120 pounds. He was going up that hill, no problem. It does have some torque for what it is, but I think it's still made for that 80 to 120 pounds in there. We start getting over that, and it does lose a little bit of power trying to get up those 15 to 30% grades. Another pro is I like the tires. They're a lot better than the Go tracks that we had where the tires were really, really hard. These have a little bit more give to them, so it is a little softer ride, but that can also be a complaint that we'll talk about later. Brakes are really good. It does connect to the app pretty easy. We've only had a few times where it was a little grumpy trying to connect to it, but it does connect to it. The rear taillight has a brake light on it that flashes really, really nice to go along with that brake light. So that is cool as well. And then we do like that it folds down and it's easy, light to handle, and easy for a kid to use, basically. So those are definitely my pros. I wouldn't be DJ Martini Midwest Reviews and Tutorials if I didn't have cons, and I do have a few, and that would have to be for adults. It does say adults on this scooter, and I kind of purchased it thinking I could use it a little bit more. Now I could use it flatland, no problem. This thing will scoot me around from 12 to 15 miles per hour, and it'll probably do that, 12, 15 miles of range, and give me, about 19 miles an hour. I was rolling between 15 and 19 miles an hour on flat ground, and so that's pretty impressive. So I'll give it there on flat, but any kind of grades, it's going to definitely lose power when you're weighing 190 pounds. And so I'm going to put that on the con side, only because it says in the listing that it's for an adult. Okay, so and it also says the weight limit is 264 pounds on this particular model. That's a lot of weight. And I don't think you're going to get some of these features if you're rolling that type of weight on this scooter. Yeah, so that's why I'm going to put those in the cons. One of my kids' cons was the tires are a little bit bumpy when you're hitting cracks and things like that. And so I'm going to put it 50-50 because I do think it's an improvement from his Go tracks. Those tires were super hard. These are definitely a lot softer. So I think it is a smoother ride, but it could be on both sides. Some people are going to think that it's pretty smooth, and some people think it's pretty bumpy. But I do like the comfort of the tires, but I'm going to put that in both cons and the pros. And then it does have a 350 watt motor, which is pretty torquey. So I have to put that in the pros. But like I said, let's go ahead and go through those cons again real quick, because I kind of jumped around, talked about it. The bumpiness of the tires, that'll be between both. It's hard to fold, so you're going to need an adult to help those kids put it into fold mode and pull this lever. It is super tough, but that's probably good so it doesn't fold on its own. The app connection can be a little iffy, and then also some of the app options on it, you kind of wonder if you can really adjust some of the performance on it, or if it's just kind of like talk. So we did mess with it a little bit, and sometimes I just noticed it didn't feel like it was doing too much, but that could be in my head. And like I said, It's more for a little bit lighter weights as well. Other than that, yeah. Oh, final thoughts: $160. Good brakes, good belt, good brake light. Tires are decent, good build. So far, so good. We've had this for at least 2 months, I believe. So he's been riding around on it, and he's liking it. And it's definitely an improvement over the Go tracks that we did have before. So it's all positives for the price point of $160. I think for any teen, you can definitely ride it around. Adults, I'm going to say I would pass and save up a little bit more money on this one. If you're an adult, unless you're super light, I think this might be a little bit more work. You're going to have to kick it a lot more than you want, especially on hills. But it's doable. So it just depends on your weight limit. Like I said, I'm at 190 pounds, 6 foot. It'll get me around, but I just don't know for how long, and how often you want to be kicking it up hills and stuff. So you can't just rely on the throttle is basically how I have to put it. Other than that, I think we got it all covered, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for DJ Martini Midwest Reviews and Tutorials. If this is helpful in any way, then give me a like and subscribe. Remember, this is the VOLPAM. There's a few different models, and this one didn't really have a model number on it or anything. So you just have to remember it's the green and gray. I think there's only one like that. Make sure it looks kind of like this one. I will leave the direct link in the description for you to check it out if you wanted to. But other than that, like I said, final thoughts. I'll give it a thumbs up, not 2 thumbs up, just 1 thumbs up, because it does claim for an adult, but I think it is a great value for your 8 to teen-year-old young adult, and it'll definitely get you around on flatland pretty cool, and you'll still get a little speed out of it as well. It does have torque, and it does have good brakes, and it is a decent build. So it does have an app as well, so a lot of good features overall. Thumbs up, and that is straight from DJ Martini Midwest Reviews and Tutorials. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I can't wait to see you in my next video or tutorial. We'll see you later, but hopefully see you soon.